Stop calling us the pocket drummer. No good drummer does that. Now, I know it's a bold statement, but before you start whining in the comments, just hear me out. Typically, if you call yourself a pocket drummer, it's for one of two reasons. One, you're insecure about your playing, and you use it as a way to signal to other musicians when you're playing with them, hey, I'm gonna play the groove, but don't expect too much else from me. And number two, hey, you may be playing gigs, maybe even paid gigs, and things are going well for you financially, maybe, but you also know that you're not becoming the best version of yourself as a musician because you've neglected an entire aspect of playing music. And before you rush to the comment section to type in all caps with exclamation marks that Pocket pays the bills, I don't know about you, but I don't want to settle for Pocket pays the bills in my personal skills. I want to be able to play with creativity, freedom, and flow. Wouldn't you? So listen, if you're trying to play at your fullest potential and not just be a pocket drummer, you should check out this free presentation that I have that breaks down how we're helping drummers play with creativity, freedom, and flow. Even if you're in your 30s, 40s, 50s, and you've been playing for a long you've been feeling stuck deep down inside as a pocket drummer. And here are two big keys that you want to pay attention to in this training. It's the concept stacking method that helps you get better at multiple aspects of your playing without having to spend hours and hours and hours and hours of practicing. And then the apply experiment loop that helps you to take the things that you've mastered and then be able to experiment with them to squeeze all of the juice out of these concepts and end up with way more drumming vocabulary than you'll be able to use. Because once you work on this aspect of your drumming that you may have neglected or just never fully developed, well, then you'll be able to not only pay the bills with Stop calling yourself a pocket drummer. No good.
My guy. That's where it was. Hello?
Please continue. Hello. Hello. Hello.
Hello? Hello? Hello?
Yeah, see, I had to cancel it. I didn't get there, so.
You probably don't think you canceled because of me. Where you at now?
I'm gonna go get set up. You have to know?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm trying to rest back because I didn't know it was on that phone. And I know Mike needs
Oh, no, you ain't got rush. I'm here.
Okay. I forgot to ask you what you, because before I knew what you were going to be home or not. I was going to ask my mom to go meet Mike. She got shuttled.
Oh, oh, how you? I mean, you ain't calculate how long it's gonna take you to get there.
Huh?
I'm saying, like, did you know what time your appointment was?
Yeah, but I would have got there in time. I just ran into traffic.
You called the office.
I called him and let them know I was running late. And so I was still going, like I was still on my way there. And she said, oh, well, you get there by 3:15 or 3:25. But I got there at like 3:25.
They said, did you? Oh, so you got there,
Yeah,
and they said they couldn't take you. She probably was like, yes.
I know.
Okay. So, what time is bus usually get here? What time does bus get here? What time you usually get? What time you usually get here? What telegram? What are you talking about? Yeah, telegram. No, I didn't transfer over. Why you ask me that? Why you ask me that? Alright. They strike me as the type that's gonna do the extra. A cancel. She would be the one that they would do it for. You hear me? I think she would probably be the one that they do it for. you going? Look at that jersey. And after that, it kind of wore me out. Oh, here we go. Hold on, he outside. How was your day in school? He excited to see me. You know what his first question was? Where's mommy? They say he ain't love you no more. You don't love mommy? Yeah, I do love mommy. Why? What happened? This morning. Oh man, I'm hungry. I know that's why I said that like that.
Oh my gosh. I'm some of that.
Yes. Please come in. Feed me. About to be like the kids. Dang, it take forever.
Mikey?
In his room. He go to sleep.
Mikey? You home? How was your day? Huh? Come here, let me see you.
What, she gonna meet you at the party or something?
If you wasn't going, she said she would come get me. She was going
Oh,
in.
Corey coming to her house?
Yeah. So she can get, she's trying to help us out a little bit.
What?
You know, he can't work.
He made up to give him some money.
So, yeah.
It would be nice if he could like rely on his brother.
Or,
They doing stuff together.
yeah. Actually, I was on the phone from earlier this week. So DJ said, call that lady from the lady on the put your board here. And he said, call the lady and tell her to be here this week. I need some money. All you gotta do is sit there and tell me what to do. And he said, I see you do it like 4 times already.
I want you to get the training. Now. You think they ain't gonna do all that? That's about credibility too, probably.
Mikey? Mikey? Did they have packages?
Yeah. Yes, yeah.
Huh?
Oh, yeah. One is like a study guide thing.
You opened it?
So was mine. I was
Came out
highly
of the
Don't worry, I was highly disappointed that it wasn't mine. I want no study guide.
Yes, him.
What's the other one?
Yeah.
Don't act like you're gonna be all up in my packages.
No, no.
What? I like to let's see my
Yeah,
damn liar. Only been my thing.
it's the other study book for the LPC. I got another study book for the MFT test. Hey, they didn't make you put your pants on the right way today, did they? Yeah. No, you didn't put them on, right? Who usually tells you at school that your pants are on back? Mommy, please get up for a second. Why? I'm looking for the toy. Which toy? Something toy. Here, you get up so I can look. Okay. What you do today at school? I can. I'm too tired. Did you get it? No. Oh, not there.
Watch yourself, young boy. You ain't Donkey Kong gonna get cracked.
It's like we can. The next available appointment is in September. Oh,
Guess 60 days is up.
so, oh, I was
So,
wondering if it
did
was
I
increase
tell
my
you?
Ozempic.
Did I tell
I'll get
you?
mine
Well,
removed.
did I tell you? It's potentially good news.
What?
She's gonna talk. They're gonna talk to the manager about possibly getting a new doctor.
Oh, okay.
Lying bastards. He did it the whole time. I think they tell them not to encourage it, but they can still do it. You hear me?
Yeah. I went back and
Yeah.
reading her reviews on the ML the Online Health website, and like we're not the only ones saying that. You talk to other people.
No, you can see it. You can see it in the nurse's tone that it's not a surprise. Like I even though I was in my emotions, I was conscious about how they were going to take what I was saying about her. And you know, if it's like true, then they gonna ride for their doctor. You know what I mean? They all like kind of like they all smile like, oh, it's almost like they saying, here go somebody else complaining about this bitch again. That's a demeanor that was on their face. And then remember I told you last time I asked was I the only one that is having problems? Because I want to know like what's something I need to work on. Like I already know like everybody as a patient can do things better, but no patient is perfect. So like I know that part I can fix, but like as far as like just professionalism and common courtesy in an appointment, I feel like they know that she not right on how she treat people. And I don't think she treat them right. Remember we talking about how she was yelling at what's the name spelled all the beans. That last visit meant so told me everything I needed to know. Remember I told you that lady at the desk was telling me? She was saying yeah, she talks nasty to us. I was like, not only one that feel like she don't know how to talk to people. And then it was almost like I know she got a bad relationship with them because like I feel like the nurse A wouldn't have been willing to talk to the manager because you already know they've been told not to like encourage switching doctors. They running low and they need more, so it wouldn't benefit the fact that she said she gonna even try. Like they didn't do a follow up appointment because they gonna say like she said she gonna call me Monday. Then two like the way the nurse turned on, I said like any problem? She was like yeah, she talks nasty to us in the office too. First time I went. But it's just like every time I go, it's like nobody's surprised how you act. Nobody's upset, or professionals, and they'll argue you down, like, but you could have did this and that. Everybody just be like, yeah, we're gonna try to help you out, like, but as much as they can without like being unprofessional, like they're not gonna bash her, but you can see on their face they understand. Uh, that's not- What time you going for that? What time you going to the thing? Huh? Yes. What time you going? What? At 4:30. What time she leaving? Hey, you see my picture? My one of the barbering teachers brought somebody down to see my room, which is weird 'cause he barely like talks to me. But it was cool that so the guy he brought down plays with the Roots, one of the keyboard players. His name is Ray Angry or something like that. So I'm a member of the Roots. I want to say extended, but here, here, yes.
Huh?
I'll talk to you later. But
What'd you say?
I met a member of the Roots,
Oh.
one of their keyboard players. His name was Ray Angry, but you probably like the one of the additional players. That was pretty cool.
Yeah, looks good.
That's probably I guess the barbering teacher he barbers for like celebrities, so he knew him. Oh, snaps. Snaps. They dead me. That's annoying. Another thing she irked me about, bro.
Huh?
Another thing she irked me about. Talking about some, we were talking about the appointments, whatever. I was like, the only reason why it took me that long to come is because y'all told me when my A1C went down, you didn't need to see me as quick. And she like, oh, it went down to a 14. I'm like, y'all never told me that. I'm over here celebrating. And I was like, they told me I had to see you. She like, I ain't say that. And I said, you in your office, not even on good communication? Oh, crap. I forgot about that interview. Shoot.
Hey,
Hello, how you doing, Susan?
good. How are you?
Good. I'm sorry, that time just flew so quick. I didn't see, I didn't even see that it was past 4:30.
Yeah, I get out of school and then it's like
Yep.
brain has to relax for a little bit. Yeah. Well, yeah, I'm Susanna. It's great to meet you. And all I know about you is that you are the music teacher at Dobbins High School and you work with Van Hook.
Yes. So I guess what else would you inquire about?
Um, well, I'll get to the real
Yeah.
like formal interview questions for the role and like what even is this job that
hmm
that you're interested in. But yeah, first just give me a little sense of like yourself as an artist, yourself in Philadelphia, that sort of thing.
So yeah, I am a graduate of Kutztown, and so pretty much how I started off as a teacher and as artist, I was a artist in a band. Played I played 9 instruments, and after I graduated from my bachelor's, I kind of did this partnership with the University of Arts, and through that, I reconnected. I don't know if you know Frank Makos. He's the director of arts.
Yeah.
Yeah, so he directed me back into like, the teaching field, and I did a partnership with the art University of Arts, and I decided that I wanted to take this path. Fast forward, here we are, 12 years later. Teaching kind of chose me, um, but I'm very like versatile and playing multiple instruments. I sing, and I also incorporate that into my teacher. I teach kids production, DJing, um, modern band, which is why we wanted to collab this summer, because I think me and Van Hook kind of complement each other in that way. And so I got a modern approach to teaching. So we do like R&B, soul, and modern music because that's kind of like my strengths. And then, I built my Diamonds program from scratch, through, my strengths as well, where kids get to approach my class like a sort of like a skill-based music class. Like, so you get to pick what instrument you want to do, um, and just like work around that as your focus. And it kind of fits my school because it's a vocational school, and they're able to like take that skill after the class, and if they want to do something with it, they'll have like the fundamentals. So that kind of reflects my program, and like it's a lot that I'm trying to condense in one conversation, but um, they're able to take what they learn and decide whether they want to go to college. I teach them even if they want to pursue being a professional artist after school, they know how to play by ear, read, and whatever approach they want to take, they should have just the basic knowledge to start. So that's kind of like my goal as a teacher and working in the city, is to build a community-based program where music can be a lifelong learning asset for everybody.
That's great. That's great. And I mean, congratulations to you for building a music program from scratch. We need them. So
Yes,
that's the real deal.
it's not easy. I know you guys can imagine working with so many like partners and everything.
Yeah, yeah. So my background is I'm a theater director with a dance background, and I always had mixed in teaching and community partnerships with that. But for like 15 years, I was just directing plays and doing teaching artist work, working in schools, like working for theater companies that were in schools, um, working with students to write and perform their own plays based on issues that are important to them. And when I came back to Philadelphia, then I got back to working with Penn. So I'm now the director of arts partnerships at Penn's Netter Center for Community Partnerships,
hmm
which is how I end up working with Van Hook and the really great students at West Philly High.
Okay.
So I know you were curious about what the heck is this thing,
Yes.
because it's a little more specialized, I could say, than like the Musicopia drumline sort of thing. Is that what you were doing with Van Hook that summer program last year?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So it was school district ran program, but they affiliated with Musicopia and other things too.
Okay, got it. So the Netter Center for Community Partnerships is based at Penn, and we help to implement transformative place-based partnerships between Penn and West Philly that basically the deal is they're meant to be good for everyone.
Yeah.
Good for teaching, good for learning, good for people affiliated with Penn, people affiliated with schools and places in West Philly, and plenty of people who are affiliated with both.
Mm.
Our main way of doing this is through what are called university assisted community schools.
Mm-hmm.
Those are 6 West Philly public schools where we do year-round partnership programming, and that's school day, after school, and summer, working with students and faculty from all around Penn's departments. So that's like everything from science, math, business, arts, everybody. And those 6 schools are West Philly High, Sayre High School, Robeson High School, and then 3 8-8s, Hamilton, Comegys, and Lee.
Nice.
So for high school summer program, what we do is youth employment, professional development, and we always do the city sponsored program. So like for the last many years, that's been the Philly Youth Network Work Ready program. And then since they did such a bad job last summer, they got fired by the city. So our new host, actually this year, it's going to get more complicated because we have 2, like 2/3 of our students are going to be getting enrolled and paid by OST. So like out of school time programming through the districts. And then the others are getting paid through this new thing that's been invented called C2L PHL, Career Connected Learning, Philadelphia.
Mm-hmm.
So you'll be hearing that
term
a lot. Which kids are getting paid by C2L PHL? Which kids are getting paid by OST? They're on 2 different pay schedules because those 2 organizations couldn't get it together to whatever. Yeah. The kids are going to get paid. They can earn up to $1,320 for the summer. And that's based on attendance and completing the work they showed up to. And the idea of the content of the programming is that it is both their like focus area itself. So for us, of course, music, but also thrown in some like leadership development, professional development, and community building, so that it doesn't. We want it to feel different than the school year. It's not just like coming to school and having music class all day.
Yeah.
Yeah. You get the gist. And that this music program that we're going to run that's based at West Philly High is going to be mainly students from West, hopefully your students from Dobbins, and then chances are a handful of students from other schools, because it's a long story behind this whole enrollment process, but there are going to be some students who we just need to fit into different other spots. And the music program that the Netter Center and Van Hook are running is one of 12 different tracks that our high school students can choose. So there will be times throughout the summer, like the first day mainly, and a couple of other times, when it's like 180 or something students across those whole 12 different programs are in one spot. But most of the time, it'll be just the music program out west.
Okay.
We have there are 2 other of our high school programs that'll be at West. That's our 9th grade bridge program. So that's specifically for just graduated 8th graders, coming from one of our 3 partner elementary schools. And it's all sorts of career exposure and get ready for high school sort of stuff. And then also one of our nutrition, garden, and cooking crews will be based at West.
Okay.
So the students are with us 5 days a week for about 5 hours. And in that time, the music program is going to be pretty focused on, the sort of thing that you described from school year, and pretty heavily learning, rehearsing, preparing for a couple of performances that Van Hook already has scheduled. I know there's one on July 4th, and one or two others that are like public performances, kind of separate from this program. And then most likely the music group will collab with one or two of our other summer programs to do some kind of closing event at the end. Like
Okay.
there's a kind of new like outdoor garden and porch space at West that was built by one of our groups 2 summers ago. So they did a great like end of summer concert out there the last time. So it seems like that's something we might do again. Have the cooking and nutrition crew do some demo some of the recipes that they've been working on alongside the performance by this group.
Okay.
And that would be that first week of August. And the structure of the day is meant to be like come in, have some community building time, morning meeting type of stuff, build in some little writing, reflection, try to focus on the students setting their own goals for the summer, what do they want to get out of the program, and then we build in different ways that they like track their progress on that. We, the staff, like encourage them and check in on them with that through the summer, and then you and Van Hook will figure out how to divide up the day. And the staffing of the program is Van Hook in the lead. Hopefully you are going to be joining us in that other instructor role. And then we've got 2 Penn students who will be assistants. Like they're the kind of job that, if you want to break out different instrument sections, they could support with that. If you need somebody to do one-on-one or one-on-two sort of coaching with particular students who are struggling with their instrument, they can cover that. One of them is a jazz saxophone player, and the other is guitar, piano, and cello, and also teaches songwriting. So they'll be able to do that sort of music help, and they're also meant to be general like assistants. Hopefully they're going to be covering a lot of the like information gathering stuff. Like there's some really strict things around how we take attendance in order for the students to get paid. So hopefully that's going to be the Penn students responsible for that, sign in, sign out, those sort of things. And then you've got me and another staffer who's in a kind of social emotional learning coach role to pitch in on things like if you've got students who are having a problem and they need to leave for a bit, they need to calm down, they need to talk to somebody, or to ahead of time plans lead activities that are meant to build those skills.
Okay.
Does that kind of, do you have questions about what this program is and what we're doing?
No, you kind of explained it to the T. I think
All right.
most of
I
my
have a practicing.
questions will come as we, start this, get this thing up and rolling. And, some things you got to kind of see to implement. And we did that last year. We kind of came in like, all right, well, we need to see how the student body groups are going to look, how many kids are going to be, and what instruments they're going to play. So some questions are going to formulate as we go. But right now, I feel like I get the gist of your mission statement and what you're trying to do in the city. So I do got my goal is kind of let you guys see what we both can do, and hopefully even have you guys expand over to our area if you like what I'm doing,
Great.
and over time, and possibly because I've been trying to do partnerships with Temple for so long, but I just feel like they have their mindset embedded into what they're doing already. They've probably been long gone with certain schools that they are familiar with. And since I built it from scratch, and this is a community school, by the way, I want to,
Okay.
yeah, so I want to keep branching out to community orgs and give kids an opportunity to do things like lessons, places like Clef Club. And I like what Musicopia is doing, but I feel like you guys can do this, give the same opportunities as well. So hopefully, if this all works out this summer, we can, you know, consider because I want Diamonds to be a central hub for the North Philly region. So even if we
Okay.
can just start, there, I will plant that flower into the middle schools around there. And we have a lot of good middle schools that have some of the same teachers that Van Hook is working with. So I think it could be beneficial to kind of like, spread this idea, of giving kids an opportunity to do things after school. Because I can't
Yeah.
teach at all these middle schools, so I'm trying to figure out ways to promote learning an instrument or any musical skill before you come to high school, because that's a
Hmm.
disadvantage that, and
Yeah.
I can attest that Van Hooks feel the same way. That we're trying to get kids like, because in most schools where there's strong programs, they're getting the opportunity to play at a younger age, like fourth grade, third grade for strings, and we're trying to every year build a respectable high school program while starting kids out at ninth grade. And it gets a little difficult because you got to arrange for a beginner that is not,
Hmm.
we can't do hot cross buns or, you know,
Yeah.
so that's the battle that
Yeah.
we're facing. And it would be nice to, build the culture back in the city. Because I think it was prevalent more, in the 90s and below, that
Yeah.
schools
Yeah.
all had music programs. But it's starting to
Hmm.
die out. Like even in my role, like I went to school where they had a choir and a band director. I have to be that and teach the general classroom. So I'm just hoping that we can get like a popularity in the program to promote lifelong music learners and get them
Hmm.
college ready, most important, if they want to do it.
Yeah. Yeah.
So this is a
That's
big,
great.
like, I like what you guys are doing. That's why, and plus, I have horn players. Like the Musicopia thing is good for drumline. The main buy-in for me was that I give my other kids a chance. Like that, the drumline thing is going to go whether me and Van Hook do it or not. But now I
Hmm.
got my other kids a chance to be exposed to something else that's great, that's giving all music kids an opportunity, not just drummers. So I'm still welcoming my kids because we need a break from each other to do to do the Musicopia Mel drumline thing, so they can choose to either come with us at Medicine or whatever works for them. As long as they're learning and getting opportunity, I don't discourage them from that. But now my wing players, you know, at least my leaders can come and whatever they learn this summer and get opportunity to get paid as a job, they can take this leadership that we teach them, these skills, and then incorporate it into both of our programs. And to me, that was a no-brainer when I felt like that was a good opportunity for them.
Okay. So now I'm going to get into the, slightly corny, but actually useful and revealing, like classic interview questions that I have to do so that I can type the notes and get you hired.
No worries.
Um,
I'm all for it.
okay.
I understand how.
Okay. Great. So the first question is, what motivated you to apply for the position? And I want you to think specifically, like the things that you told me are relevant to that question, but
Mm,
I want you to think specifically about like, why do this in the summer? Because I'm not gonna lie, we've had some staff members come through high school summer program who are like burnt out from the school year, want to make some money, and they get into a summer program and they kind of just like they just don't really want to do it.
yeah. Well, I think the main reason you wouldn't have to worry about that, particularly with me, is because the program that we were doing before, if we were going the money route, I would have probably been getting a little bit more. But like I explained to you prior, dialogue I just gave you, this is more of an opportunity for the children that's not drummers to do something and have a useful summer of learning music instead of learning their instrument, sit up in their closet all summer. So I thought it would be beneficial to all kids having an outlet, and that's what primarily put me on board. The second thing, I also was saying that when I was rambling all over and over, but I do think these are two important things. I do want to build an ongoing relationship with you guys, and hopefully, give some North Philly kids an opportunity to benefit from this because I think this is an amazing thing that you guys are doing. So that's what motivated me to ultimately jump on board with Netison.
Right. That sounds good. All right. So, tell me a little about your youth development experience. So, thinking not just about the teaching of the essentials of music, but the building of those leadership skills, building of that just
Mhm.
the selves of the students that you get to work with.
So I guess the first and foremost, I think with I don't want to sound cheesy or anything, but because I worked in, a lot of church settings, I work with youth in summer camps through there. I feel like the moral ethics that, I learned came from that, teaching kids to problem solve without, aggression and violence, how to not just be about yourself when you are learning anything. I think social emotional has been the biggest strength of my programs because I built from scratch since I started teaching. Um, this is the third school. Uh, it wasn't like a stop start. It was more so like middle school, high school, and then wherever I felt like I was wanting to move. But the biggest asset I think for me is the social emotion. Teaching kids how to deal with their emotion and use music as not only a tool but also as something as an outlet that when things are not going so well you lose yourself in your instrument, then ultimately go back into the real world refreshed instead of having negative habits. Also just building off of family environment. Like I'm not gonna lie, I went from everybody tells me, oh, your program's grown, but I'm always looking at the next step. But it's good to see like a kid have a problem and then my students are dealing with it before me. So that's like the main, I think, strength. My peer learning and uh, social emotional interaction between each student. Learn how to be a family. Like I honestly feel like my students will be a family beyond um, high school and being in band.
Yeah. Oh, that is like you've said the perfect thing for the environment that we try to establish in our programs. That's like,
Mhm.
yeah, getting the students to take care of each other, use their leadership so that, yes, of course, like the adult can be involved and can be support, but that exactly like somebody's having a problem and they are helping to solve each other's problem
Yeah.
even before you're in on it because they've got the foundation that you've been working to establish. And it's also really great match that you brought up using music as a tool to help them deal with their emotions and deal with their problems, because that's something the West students themselves have talked about a lot.
Mhm.
Um, we had a student group do a kind of survey of other students in the school about mental health and kind of what they thought of the mental health, the resources that were available in the school, and what
Mhm.
they think is helpful when they're struggling. And in they did an analysis of what words people said the most, and music was number one, was like the top thing that they go to. So that'll be really great for this group.
Okay.
Okay, so then of course
Michael, Michael, what you doing? You okay?